This is Iran program on Press TV. Stay with us for less than half an hour and we'll show you what's going on in our ancient land. Salam. Welcome to Iran. This week on Iran, Tehran's oldest public park. Professor Danish Pajot and his contributions to Farsi. Two sculptors from different generations. Learning Farsi. Tehran City Park is the capital's first public park. It was inaugurated over half a century ago. It occupies around 60 acres of land and has lots of different spectacular sections.
If you fancy a day out at the park in the Iranian capital, why not visit the very oldest one, Park Shah, which was inaugurated in 1947. And it may look pretty, but it's not just about that. It has many features, which you're about to see.
The beautiful Park Shah, or City Park, makes up 26 hectares of land. It originally existed as a private garden to officials back in the 19th century during the Qajar dynasty. Thanks to the Tehran municipality, the large park offers tourists and locals a variety of venues as well as a break away from the surrounding urban atmosphere.
It's the very center of Tehran, and it's close to Khomeini Square, and if you're in the center of Tehran, you can reach it walking, or it's easy to reach by any means. You can even take the metro.
If you're a fan of nature, Park Shah offers a bird section that you'll come across as you go for a stroll. There's a small river for paddling, a greenhouse and plant clinic, and a small aquarium. If you're interested in learning a few things, the park is also home to a peace museum, a monument, and a large conference room where special meetings are held.
For years we had the idea to come to Iran. For I think about 7-8 years we wanted to come. Finally we succeeded, and we wanted to meet friends of ours who will come by car all the way from Munich to Tehran, and we thought it would be a good opportunity to see the park and to meet here, because in the guide there's a restaurant in the park.
Now, this section of the city park gets even greener, as you can see. Below from where we're standing is a plant clinic and a class free of charge where people can come and learn about plants. Aside from that, there's also a plant pathology. So if you're in the area and have a sick plant, you know where to bring it.
People who have gardens, patios, balconies, or just enjoy being around plants should definitely pay a visit to the gorgeous greenhouse. Behind it, there is a special yard that looks after fruit trees, so there's plenty of fresh vitamin C here to be had.
از طریق سایت و از طریق دوستانی که به اینجا مراجعه می‌کردن اینجا آشنا شدیم. بعد اینجا امکانات بسیار زیادی داره. کتابخانه تخصصی داره، کارگاه پرورش قارچ داره، آموزش سبزیکاری و گل‌های آپارتمانی هم در اینجا به خوبی آموزش داده میشه.
We all know that owning plants is great for the human spirit, but even though we may water them regularly, it's essential to know how to really look after them. That's why people here are so privileged. They get complimentary classes on a day-to-day basis and learn how to take care of green wildlife.
یه خوبی که کلاس‌های اینجا داره این هستش که جلسه آخر کلاس‌های تئوریشون معمولاً عملی هستش. مثلا کلاس گیاهان آپارتمانی که ما میان جلسه آخرش به صورت عملی میشه که خب خیلی خوبه. ما از نزدیک با گیاها آشنا میشیم، از نزدیک میبینیمشون، اسمشون رو یاد میگیریم. اینکه حالا مثلا شیوه‌های تکثیرشون و اینها رو همه رو به صورت عملی از نزدیک انجام میدیم. این باعث میشه که خب خیلی بهتر و خوبتر یاد بگیریم.
I found walking into the plant clinic very impressive. Apart from the library of plants and flowers, the immaculate laboratory holds a variety of modern instruments and medicines that the pathologists, or what I call plant doctors, operate with.
Now, many of you may know Iran was a victim of weapons of mass destruction back in the 20th century. So 8 years ago, this Peace Museum was established to enlighten us and raise awareness about the terrible effects that chemical warfare has. And it may look like a small museum, but in fact, big things are happening in it.
The Peace Museum has the role of being an interactive peace center, as well as displaying galleries of how chemical weapons affect people. The museum manages a peace education program that holds workshops and meetings on the culture of peace, resolution, international humanitarian law, and disarmament. The museum's Peace Library provides a range of topics from international law to the realization of peace, the history of veterans and victims of war.
موزه صلح مستقر در پارک شهر یکی از مراکز غیر دولتی و مستقلی هست که با حضور رزمندگان 8 سال دفاع مقدس و جانبازان دفاع مقدس و جانبازان شیمیایی فعالیت‌های جدی رو در زمینه صلح انجام میده.
During our wonderful day out at Park Shahr, we were told about a significant meeting taking place in a nearby dome-shaped building, which is used for conferences. Would you believe it? We walked in to see a group of educated English speakers who just happened to be simulating a United Nations assembly regarding global political matters.
And so this monument of peace is yet another symbol in Park Shahr, like the Peace Museum, that gives us an idea of how to stay away from war and just enjoy our life. Well, I'm Samson Seez for the Iran program, and we hope you enjoyed it.
The world is ever-changing, and languages are bound to change too. New inventions and discoveries need new words. Circumstances create new expressions and idioms. Sometimes even the meaning of words and the structure of sentences change. But do you think languages ought to be open to linguistic changes, or should they be preserved?
The preservation of the culture of a nation is a highly significant and sensitive task, which is shouldered by a group of elites and culturati who dedicate their lives to the lofty cause.
بخش نسخه شناسی شامل اطلاعات متغیر و منحصر به فرد هر نسخه است که به ازای نسخه‌های مختلف متفاوته، مثلا نوع جلد، نوع کاغذ و نوع خط، کاتب، آغاز و انجامه کاتب و مسائل مثل حاشیه‌نویسی کتاب. مثلا یک اثر ممکن حاشیه‌نویسی هایی داره، ممکنه یک نسخه دیگه از همین کتاب حاشیه‌نویسی نداشته باشه. فهرست‌نگارای ما در بخش نسخه شناسی از فهرست‌نگارای غربی دقیق‌تر و قوی‌تر عمل کردن. به خاطر همین قضیه علیرغم ارائه قواعد جدید از سوی غربی‌ها، فهرست‌نگارای ما اونو ضعیف قلمداد کردن و از الگوی ایرانی اسلامی تا به امروز به ویژه در بخش نسخه شناسی استفاده کردن.
ایشون بدون تردید در شناخت گذشته ما از طریق نسخ خطی قدیمی که اونها رو کشف میکرد، شناسایی میکرد، معرفی میکرد و استفاده میکرد، در واقع پاسدار به یک معنی میراث مکتوب گذشته ما بود.
ایشون تقریبا میشه گفت که در 24 ساعت 18 ساعت چه لااقل با کتاب و کتاب شناسی و علوم مختلفه ایرانی به اصطلاح ایرانی و اسلامی مشغول بود.
Mohammad Taqi Daneshpajou was born in the northern Iranian city of Amol in 1911. He attended Tehran's famous Marvi School and then graduated from Tehran University, where he ran the Central Library in the later years. He is best known as a prominent bibliographer and codicologist of Persian and Islamic works worldwide.
کتابخانه اهدایی مرحوم محمد تقی دانشپژوه با تعداد 6108 عنوان کتاب در زمینه‌های نسخه‌های خطی، عکسی و فهرست نسخ خطی و عکسی در ایران، آسیا و اروپا جزو یکی از مجموعه‌های ارزشمند و غنی هستش که طبق وصیت خود مرحوم دانشپژوه نزدیک به 18 سال هست به کتابخانه استاد مجتبی مینوی اهدا شده و جزو یکی از گنجینه‌های خیلی ارزشمند در زمینه فهرست نسخ خطی، تاریخ و فلسفه و فرهنگ و ادبیات فارسی به شمار.
He donated his books on Persian literature and Islamic philosophy to the Minovi Library that was already rich with science books to help it grow and include a more varied collection.
امتیاز و وجه ممیز ایشون که برجسته میکنه کارشو با دیگر کارها این است که ایشون با تقسیم آشنایی با تقسیم علوم داشت و علوم رو از قدیم و جدید با تحصیلاتی که از قدیم داشت و مدارس قدیمیه و مدارس جدید و دانشگاه داشت علوم رو خوب میشناخت. هر موضوعی از فلسفه، منطق، ملل و نهل گرفته تا موسیقی.
Now, the works of a great number of Iranian scientists and scholars are kept here. They're all internationally acclaimed and recognized. Late Daneshpajou has done lots of contribution, and you can see signs of his work in all of these works, especially the books written by Farabi.
معرفیش موضوع داشت. موضوعش با اشتیاق تمام پس از معرفی نسخه به بحث‌های مورد اشاره بود و این بحث‌های مورد اشارهش کم کم به مقاله، تصحیح و حتی تألیف می‌انجامید.
The results of most of Daneshpajou's visit to the libraries in Asia, Europe and elsewhere in the world are kept in this very library.
و اینجا هم عکس‌ها، نسخه‌های عکسیه که این نسخه‌های عکسی که به صورت مجموعی اینجا نگه داشته شده، مجموعه فارابیات، منطقیات فارابی و مجموعه ابن سیناست، کارهای ابن سیناست که استاد در دانشگاه تهران چاپ کرده، شفای ابن سینا، نجات ابن سینا، اینا رو چاپ کرده واسه مجموعه نگه داشتن و یادداشتاشو به اون اضافه کردم.
Nowhere in the world can you find books on Iran or the Persian language without traces of some kind of work done by the late Daneshpajou.
شاید بتوان گفت که هیچ کسی به اندازه مرحوم دانشپژوه کار فهرست نویسی انجام نداده و کار شناسایی نسخ خطی فارسی به اندازه ایشون انجام نداده.
After nearly 20 years since his departure, the country still remembers him and the great contributions he has made to the Iranian culture. Behruz Najafi for Iran.
Today, Reza Nayabi will introduce two sculptors from two different generations with two very different perspectives.
Metropolises such as Tehran are filled with statues and sculptures. In Tehran, statues are located all through the city, especially in busy areas like local squares. Each piece of art represents some sort of symbol or history of the country in some shape, way, or form. The statues range in size, form, and texture. Some are built from stone, some metal, yet all beautiful. Some works are of Iran's forefathers, yet others are abstract sculptures created by a variety of Iranian artists.
Beautiful piece of work behind me, isn't it? It was actually created 80 years ago. Yes, 80 years ago. The sculpture depicts good versus evil. Now, the person who invented or made this sculpture did it 80 years ago, and he's still with us today. I'm going to give you a small glimpse of his life and his work today. But stick with me. I'm not going to tell you who he is yet, but you're going to find it very interesting.
I met a person who is a student of one of Iran's great sculptors. He was kind enough to show me some works and even introduced me to his teacher, Mr. Arjang Nejad, who has been a sculptor for over 80 years now. The statue is located in the southern part of Tehran. It depicts an Iranian hero slaying the wicked dragon. The statue was created by the Arjang Nejad family. At the ripe age of 12, Hassan Arjang Nejad started his career as a sculptor.
The more I see Mr. Nejad's work, the more I realize how brilliant the man was. There's always a philosophy and a theory behind his work. I'm standing in front of the National Bank of Iran. And what's cool is we're going to show you some of his pieces here. There's like lions here, and the lions are a symbol that he created to show the people of Iran that, hey, your money, your investments are safe here in this bank. Let's take a look at some of his works.
The building has a castle-like look to it. As you can see, the Gothic columns to the cast iron chain wrapped around the building. The grass in front of the building is almost like the moat in front of most castles.
به این ساختمون که نگاه کنی بالا نقش برجسته فروهر هست که نگهبان کسانی هست که وارد ساختمان میشن. بعد به ترتیب وقتی میاییم پایین‌تر نقش برجسته‌های سربازان هخامنشی یا سربازان جاویدان هستن. اون باز هم نقش نگهبانی دارن. بعد میایم پایین‌تر مجسمه‌های شیر هستن که در دو طرف هستن. باز نقش نگهبانی و اظهار اطمینان به مشتریان بانک هستن که به جای خوب اومدن پولشون رو در جای مطمئنی میتونن سرمایه گذاری کنن. و در پایان زنجیرهایی که باز نقش حفاظت و نگهداری و نگهبانی از سرمایه‌های مردم ایران رو میتونن به عهده داشته باشن.
I got a chance to sit down with Mr. Nejad and we took a walk down memory lane. The photos he showed me captivated me. They went back as far as 80 years ago into his life.
نازکترین مصر رو من پیش بینی کردم در حدود 6 ماه شبانه روز با 4 نفر بردست چکش زدیم تا اون اسب و گاو و جلوی دانشکده از دست در اومده.
Abstract art started around 1900, and now many modern Iranian artists are really starting to be drawn into using everyday objects and turning them into pieces of art.
از نظر خودم من کار خاصی نمی کنم، فقط یه مقدار شاید دیدم متفاوت تر باشه از کسایی که حالا دور بر من هستن. مثلا توی طبیعت تمام سنگایی که اون لب دریا شاید همه از کنارشون رد بشن، من یه ذره شاید بیشتر باشون ارتباط برقرار میکنم، میتونم توشون یه شکلای خاصی رو ببینم و اون شکل خاص رو از تو دلشون بکشم بیرون. حالا با ترکیب کردن فلزا یا چوب یا متریال‌های دیگه بتونم یه ذره روح بهشون بدم.
Now, we saw those sculptures and they were really beautiful, but I want to move on from that. Let's talk about abstract art sculpting, which is using things like this. This is a fork. This is pretty cool. It's like an elephant made out of some sort of water pipes. What's even neater is this. This is a magnificent piece of art, isn't it? Of course it's not. It's a shovel. But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. This gentleman's going to take this head of the shovel and he's going to turn it into art.
I enjoyed watching a shovel head turned into art. It was first heated up, then objects were welded onto it. Some were twisted, some turned, some shaped, and voila, art. Forks, rocks, metals, inanimate objects, all are being turned into art from heating, twisting, shaping, and of course the thought process. Everyday things become sculptures.
I told you I was going to create something cool. It's a jolt. Jolt? Jolt is the Persian word for owl. I'm teaching you guys Persian, baby. I mean Farsi. Jolt, owl. For the one, the only Iran program, I am Reza Nayebi. Thank you for tuning in. Thank God for another day. I can't wait to see you again. Hoot!
Have you ever wondered what your native language sounds like to foreigners? Gisumi Shah Ahmadi asked a few non-Iranians how Farsi sounds to them. Their responses were quite inspiring.
سلام، اسم من یولیا.
من کره‌ای هستم.
من مهندس هستم.
من یک ماه پیش به ایران آمدم.
فارسی زبان جالب است.
یک کم فارسی بلدم.
شوهر من ایرانی هست.
من در ایران کار میکنم.
من ایران دوست دارم.
Trying to make sense of an alphabet completely different from yours, or keeping track of the number of dots, for example, on top or under the letters that seem so much alike while you're writing, knowing that it could make a huge difference. The challenge of pronouncing totally unfamiliar sounds, twisting your tongue to say the words correctly, and at the same time trying to remember the next word you want to use in your sentence while keeping in mind all the grammar rules.
مثل مثل
Iran. Sometimes learning a new language can be very exciting, especially if it's an exotic one.
Persian, known by native speakers as Farsi, is a soft and song-like language, as these foreigners learning it described to me. They say it's a relatively simple language to learn grammatically, no matter what your first language is. Nouns have no gender, and questions are simply formed by a rise in intonation at the end of the sentence.
عرب زبان‌ها خیلی راحت‌تر فارسی رو یاد می‌گیرن. فکر می‌کنم یکی از علتاش این باشه که چون حروف الفبا رو بلدن و این بهشون یه انگیزه میده.
Persian is written from right to left using a modified version of the Arabic alphabet, which includes 4 extra letters altogether, 32, and a very unique calligraphy.
شما اگر در تمام نهادهای فرهنگی دنیا بریم بگردیم، حتما نمونه‌های مختلف خطوط هنرمندان قدیمی ایران و حتی معاصر رو نگهداری می‌کنن.
Indispensable to anyone interested in Oriental studies, learning Persian has a long history, even in Europe, where it dates back 700 years.
ما در حدود 70 جای دنیا کلاس‌های آزاد زبان فارسی داریم، یعنی دانشگاه و دانشجو نیست. طرف میاد زبان فارسی یاد میگیره، 8 سطح تعریف کردیم، کتاب براشون فرستادیم، امتحان میگیریم، گواهینامه میدیم. بعد از اون دیگه طرف زبان فارسی رو یاد گرفته.
So, what do you do when you don't know the meaning of a word? Of course, you look it up in the dictionary. Now, if it's Farsi, the best place to look for it would be Deh Khoda.
16 volumes, the result of 45 years of efforts by lexicographer Ali Akbar Deh Khoda. This is the largest comprehensive Persian dictionary that exists. But don't forget, language is dynamic. Every day new words are being created. That is why at the Academy of Persian Language and Literature, some of the best linguists and litterateurs come together to create equivalents for new foreign words. The Academy was founded in 1935 and has at least 10 permanent members from other Persian-speaking countries.
زبان یکی از مؤلفه‌های هویت هر ملت. هر کسی که بخواد زبانش رو حفظ بکنه باید واژه‌گزینی بکنه، یعنی معادل‌هایی برای این واژه‌های فراوانی که وارد زبان میشه ابداع بکنه.
Persian or Farsi is an Indo-Iranian language which is a branch of the Indo-European language family. It is primarily spoken in Iran, Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, and Tajikistan, but widely understood in Central Asia.
I bet you can't say this sentence 10 times. Dai chaghe chai daghe. Oh yeah? Yeah. Chai daghe dai chaghe, chai daghe dai chaghe. Ne chai daghe dai chaghe.
Learning tongue twisters is always a great and fun way to practice pronunciation in any language, especially in Farsi. Let's see how these kids take up the challenge.
Okay, now say this one. 6 سیخ جیگر سیخ 6000. 6 سیخ جیگر نه سیخ 6000 شده. 6 سیخ جیگر. Faster, come on, you can do better. 6 سیخ جیگر نه سیخ 6000 شده. 6 سیخ جیگر نه سیخ 6000.
Today, there are around 110 million Persian speakers worldwide, and Persian for centuries has been a prestigious language in Asia. So if you're looking for an exotic language to learn, why not put that on your list?
Gizumi Shah Ahmadi for Iran.
It's goodbye again. Make sure you keep in touch with us throughout the week. You can see our contacts right now at the bottom right of your screen. If there's anything about Iran that piques your curiosity, do let us know and we'll be sure to bring it to you. Thank you for watching Iran. God bless you all. Khoda nigahtar.